Hey guys. Before I start on my normal spiel or whatever it is, I just wanted to explain why it's so dark, even though I do have some light set up. When I started tapping into your energy, it just felt very like dark, but like reflective, mystical and magical though, too. But like almost like very withdrawn or like in a cave. And not so much like depressed, kind of, but more just very to yourself, going within, really finding that inner wisdom, inner self, inner healing, inner magic, whether you feel like that right now or not. So I kind of just had this feeling like I wanted to crawl in the cave with you, like meet you where you were kind of thing. And like let's do this reading in here so that you could just stay a little bit more comfortable and maybe even I can understand or guide better. I don't know. It might have been a waste of time and been just not dramatic, but kind of like that idea. Um, to be honest, it felt kind of comfortable and I kind of wanted to join you. Also my chair squeaks because a thing on it broke the other day and I have to get a new chair, okay? So just deal with me. I can't make this as comfortable as I want to be because you might hear my squeal or a chair squealing or squeaking. So, I hope you're okay that I'm in here with you. I'm assuming so, considering that you clicked on this video. But this is why it's dark, is because I feel like this is where you are. It's actually darker than this, but obviously I need to be able to see to do what I'm doing. I actually don't. I could channel, but I pulled cards, so I would like to at least see them. But I don't know. Maybe in the future I'll do it where I just sit and channel and you guys can just listen or something. I don't know. But hopefully you appreciate this. So let me just say this is for Virgo for February 2021. Of course, it's timeless, but Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you have significant Virgo in your chart, or if you are just drawn to this reading, or if you're cross-watching for somebody else who's a Virgo. Energy is fluid, so this could have already happened. It could be happening now. It could happen in the future. Some, none, or all of this may apply, so take what fits and leave the rest. Don't make it fit if it doesn't. I could read this as love, and it could be career. I could read this as you, and it could be someone else significant to you. You could flip-flop it. It could be like the other person that I'm reading. So just like I said, apply it as necessary and leave the rest that doesn't. Thank you so much for those of you who inquire about donations. It really helps the channel and it helps me with what I'm trying to do and build right now. So if you're interested for the reciprocity of energy or to give back, or if this resonates, the PayPal information is in the description box below. If you're interested in services, the information is also in the description box below. Please read all of it, including the disclaimer. But I do not have, as of right now, my shamanic services up there. Kind of in the middle of like changing a bunch of things around, so it should be somewhat soon. Like I've been saying that, but I'm literally in the middle of shifting some things. So if you're interested in like a shamanic illumination or soul retrieval or destiny retrieval, basically like if your energy's off balance, something's wrong, like is something attached to you, do you need something in your energy field that's not there? Do you have something there that shouldn't be there? Just balancing your energy out, seeing what's going on. Do you have soul essences that have left during a traumatic experience that need to come back from this lifetime or another lifetime, or a shadow contract that is just really running your subconscious that would be beneficial to remove? It's no longer serving you, and remove it and then add a different one that's better to serve you now. Destiny retrieval, like to see what your possible destinies in a healed state. And honestly, I think it does more than that. As I'm working with it more and more, I'm finding that it can and does do more things. possible helping me too with like psychopomp type stuff, or helping like with souls that have crossed over but maybe stuck. So if you're interested in any of that, email me in the meantime while I don't have it up there. I do private light language sessions, and also crystalline consciousness technique, which is it works on a really high frequency. And so it puts you more in your light body and protects you from like an electromagnetic field or the heaviness of that. So because it's a lot higher, it moves faster, it's lighter, so it makes manifestation, healing, and transformation faster. So especially if you're trying to like move into some part of yourself or heal something or manifest something and you don't know really what's blocking you, it can be really great for that, because it can either just heal it and it just moves it along, or it brings up and shows you what's holding it back so you can work at it, heal it, and move it along. Okay, so if you're interested in those, send me an email. Also, if you can't really, do a service or donate, another way of giving back is by liking the video and commenting on the video, also sharing the video. But please like and comment on the video. It takes 2 seconds to do, and it's another way of giving back. It helps to circulate the video and help my channel grow and help others see it who need to see it. Please make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell. I put out different types of videos and we'll be doing different things. But sometimes people think they're subscribed and they're not, like they've been removed. I don't know why I don't do it. It happens with other channels too. So just double check if you think you are subscribed, okay? But please like, share, comment, subscribe. Okay. So let's get started with your reading. Hopefully I could see all the cards towards the back. Trying to think where I want to start with this. In the center of your reading is the Nine of Pentacles. Which I believe is actually the Virgo card. Let me see something. So it's building something, a level of independence and satisfaction. Gaining a reward and what's the word I'm looking for? Really just like satisfaction and completion for like all you've done, all the work you've put into stuff, the time, whatever you've put into something, whether it's your life, your family, a project, whatever it is. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. It's the Nine of Pentacles. Just that level of independence and satisfaction, and reaping the rewards of hard work and a job well done. What's crossing this or influences it is you have the High Priest, which is the Hierophant. So it could be a Taurus. I do feel a lot of spirit or energy with this reading. Like I said, there is a lot of mystical or magical energy. So it could be like you learning new things, or connecting more with like the divine or source, like co-creating with source, like you receiving messages and inspiration and creating that. I think that might be actually a problem though. I think you may be feeling that you're kind of blocked right now, like you're kind of in the dark, and that you're not receiving as much of the inspiration and motivation and communication and creation as you normally do. You may feel kind of shut off or shut down. Just kind of like in the dark, like this is. And you're trying to get to this place where you're reaping the rewards and having that level of satisfaction, not only internally, but in the material world around you. You know, happy life, happy family, happy wife, like happy husband, all of that. Just feeling content and independent, and like you're standing up straight in a confident kind of happy way again, like the world is more your oyster, you know what I mean? I think this is more what's crossing you, is this high priest. It's like, I think you're actually having a hard time with the perspective of seeing what's going on for you right now, and you're feeling cut off. You might be going through like a dark night of the soul, might feel like a depression, but where just you do feel cut off from source or from your creation or inspiration or just the things that usually motivated you and pushed you. What's in the foundation of this reading is you have the Three of Pentacles. The vibe I get from this card is it feels like this person is like going through something almost in a, this feels like spiritual or like rite of passage kind of way. Like this is a teacher or a guide that is helping them figure some things out. I don't know if that's like a little heart piece handing him. You're definitely going through some transformational or spiritual process, like for sure. Like I said, this has inner magic written all over it. I mean, it is connecting to source too, but you're definitely going through a spiritual process. There's definitely a cave-like feeling about it where there's like a darkness, not in a bad way, just that one that is like the dark night of the soul, or a gloominess or a feeling just in the dark, you know, and not feeling like light and happy and everything's just great, or, you know, just not inspired and just blah. But it is, I feel like your guides and spirit is working with you in a way that is teaching you something, and it's helping you elevate, and it's helping to give you almost, I might want to say, a different way of inspiration. You also have, like, is it a heron or a blue heron? That's been coming up a lot lately, and that's really good for diving into your emotions. They're also really good for, you know, the critical logical side, but also navigating the water and the emotions as well. I feel like right now, even though you feel cut off possibly, your guides are having you go through a different process than normal, and having you go through a different type of challenge or process that is teaching you something different about yourself and about the world, in a different way also to inspire yourself and seek happiness and gratification and connection and source, and just a different way to connect and be inspired and to co-create, basically. You're definitely, though, going through a stepping up process. I know it doesn't feel like it, possibly, but you are. You are being guided through this. You're probably exactly where you're supposed to be. It's just your perspective that slightly needs to switch, not only just to relax through it, but to learn to sit with it and navigate it and just see what it's trying to teach you. It does look like he's handing this person like something that kind of looks like a really small harp or a stringed instrument. Maybe music will really help you at this time. Maybe even sound healing. But it's trying to show you a different way to learn from yourself and learn from spirit and connect with yourself and connect with spirit, and how to learn to navigate your emotions and use it also to your benefit. In your past, you had the Ten of Pentacles. So I don't know if somebody, passed who was around you. Somebody that was more of an elder in your family. So if you're dealing with somebody who passed or is having had health issues, or for whatever reason they're not there, or just the family has changed in some way, because in the past you're sitting at the Ten of Pentacles, and what you're being guided to go towards, or what it's taking you back towards, is the Nine of Pentacles. So in some way, the family or the time or the what you've built up dynamic has downshifted or lessened in some way as to what that looked like. Somebody who might have been there for a long time or was a pivotal part in that journey is no longer in the picture, or this situation just has changed. So it's just finding a level of, peace again. You're definitely going, because so there's two cards I pulled that I wanted to see what your energy was. And one of them is the Seven of Stones, or the Seven of Pentacles, and it says healing. No. And you have fiber. So it's really seeing, I think it's really showing you just how things within you and around you are really connected. And I really got the vibe when I first laid this out on, it's something about the foundation has changed. And that's why I say in the past you have the Ten of Pentacles. Something about your foundation has changed. Whether the foundation of just what was built, whether the foundation of the people around you, whether the foundation of loved ones that were there and then now have passed, or just something has shifted within your family or what's built around you that's been over time and energy and commitment and giving and all of that. And it's showing you how everything fits together. So not only is something that was once a certain way that's shifting, but it's also teaching you a new way. Not only in how to rebuild for yourself, but also to realize too that, I don't know why, because this card doesn't really scream this at me, but I'm getting it, to realize that it's not just in the scene, you know what I mean? Even though something tragic might have happened, you're still more pulled together than you think, or those people are still there. They're still in the fibers of what holds you together, whether it be energetically or as a guide or in your DNA or as in your patterns, in your blood, whatever it is. But it's really making you look now at the past and the present and the future, I feel, and what those fibers are that make you you, and what part do you gather from that, and how are you choosing to carry this forward? What do you really want to keep? What do you want to let go of? What can you rebuild? What are you now stepping into that is taking the place of where somebody else was? Or what does kind of fill that quote quote void? Because something has shifted, something has lost in some way. Because I feel like you're less than a 10. Like in the past, you were at a 10 of Pentacles. Your guides are saying what's blocking you from the 9 of Pentacles. In your thoughts, you're going to the 8 of Pentacles. The problem is you're sitting at the 7 of Pentacles. You're trying to bypass this level of healing because there's a level of needing to work or move forward or being hard on yourself and maybe not just wanting to sit there and be in it, that you're trying to bypass this critical level of being in the 7 of Pentacles and really healing in a spiritual, emotional, mental, physical way. But you're trying to go to the 8 of Pentacles because you feel like the quicker you can get to the 8 of Pentacles, the quicker you'll get back to the 9 and 10 of Pentacles. But that's not really where it's supposed to go right now. Like you're in the process of healing. And when that happens, a lot of times, you know, your walls come up and it makes it darker like this. More dark than this, actually. It's very dark. It's your walls usually that make it dark. It's the confusion as, you know, the fire transmutation process is happening. And as that fire burns, as you're changing and the smoke comes from the fire, you cannot see through the smoke. You know what I mean? You may also want to look into the goddess of Dhumavati. I think it's Dhumavati, Dhumavati. She's kind of like a crone energy in a lot of ways, which you do have similar coming in your likely future. And she really helps you through like the cycles and accepting sort of life and death and the cycles of them, and the cycles where not everything's so pretty, you know, not everything's so happy. Not everything is going in the way that a, you know, society or picture perfect world would want it, in that, you know, clouds and rainbows and unicorns and sunshine type thing. But she helps you with the perspective of seeing the value in it. Not only how to write it out as a guide, but seeing the value in it. Letting go of the image, but finding the magic in the moment and in the learning and in that experience that you'll have to carry forward. So you may want to look that up. It's very helpful. She's kind of like a grandmother energy. Maybe one of you, I don't know, has even lost like a grandmother or a grandfather, but either way it might be helpful. But yeah, in your crowning or your mental space, you're sitting with the 8 of Pentacles. So you're really wanting to kind of get back to work, like get back to going and chugging along. Maybe even get back to like your everyday pattern. I just don't think that's really going to work because something's shifting for you to do something different. It's like an end of the cycle. Like when I asked, like, what takes you from that to your likely future, which is the Strength, you have the World card. So it's really like some cycle is ending. And I don't know if it's just like a person being in your life. I don't know if it's the way, you know, a system or structure of your family is, or some work or some way of being or some way of looking at things or some way within yourself, but something is changing or shifting within your life. And as uncomfortable as it may be, it's trying to either benefit you or trying to help you find the peace and the inner spiritual connection within yourself and above, to find the peace in that, and to find even the respect and the beauty of the cycles of life. And this is going to be different for everybody. Like, this isn't going to be for everybody like somebody's past. Like, some people, you know, this, it's kind of a death energy, is going to be metaphoric, and some it will be physical. This isn't something that is going to happen. Well, I guess it could, and being fluid, but I'm not predicting this. Like, you will have already happened or knew it was going to happen or whatever. I'm not trying to predict it, but you get what I'm saying. There's just some shift that's going to happen. And in the likely future, you have the crone, which is the strength in this deck. But, so you might need to have strength. I more get that this will have taught you strength. This will have taught you discipline. This will have taught you some life experience that will actually help you in a lot of ways. Like, this lady, this crone, like, she's, you know, she's a badass. Like, she has a lot of wisdom. She has a lot of knowledge. This is this type of thing that will carry her the rest of her life and will also aid her in helping others. It's that one that really earns you your stripes, if you will. It's one of the reasons I don't really like freak out like about any gray hairs that come up for me, because to me it's like that aging is earned respect, you know. I earned those stripes in a lot of ways. I don't look at it in a way of bad or losing something. To me, I look at it as a way of gaining something. To me, I view it more as a high priestess type vibe. It is that elder wisdom, you know. It's that stuff that it just helps you and carries you through life in a way of security that superficiality never does. That really doesn't work, and it's to some degree really an illusion. I don't know if that's what you're really working with or facing right now, is a level of a world that you thought it was, and maybe you're seeing that it wasn't, or it wasn't exactly in that way. Maybe that's a little hard on you right now. And really just adjusting to that, you know, that kind of beautiful, safe little world, in some ways might have shifted or came crumbling down. And I say that compassionately because that can really be hard and it can really jolt you. I know how that feels, and I know how much it feels like you've lost all grounding. Like, you don't know what's going on, and you don't know what to grip onto, and you don't know what's safe, and you don't know what's not safe. And that's why, in all honesty, this process is actually going to end up being good for you and beneficial, and something you can carry with you to help you the rest of your life, because it's going to teach you to ground into yourself. It's going to teach you to connect to yourself and to find that place to ground within, and to your spirits above and your guides, but especially within yourself. It's always great to have those things around us that make us feel safe and secure. But that's why I always say, you know, home is where the heart is. And to me, I think it means different when I say that than most people. Most people, if you ask, what is home is where the heart is, means, it usually means like, oh, it's my home, it's my family, it's my animals, it's my job, it's my, you know, creation. It's all these nice, beautiful things. But That's not what it means to me. Like, home is where the heart is literally like where my heart is. And not even so much my heart, but my soul. It's within me. Because as much as I love those things, they can change at any time. Anything could shift at any time. And if your security and your grounding is based on something around you, especially in the superficiality or the seen world, the material world, or just the physical world, and you're hanging on by a thread just with that, then you are on shaky grounds and you just didn't know it. So this process is really going to be teaching you. Also, I'd just like to say, for those of you who are going through loss, like, I'm sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry for the uncomfortability that you feel during that. If you do need help with this process, please let me know. As either a guide for yourself, or even for, like, if somebody has passed around you, you know, as a guide for them. If some of you feel like it wasn't, like, peaceful, I'm not trying to, like, be an opportunist off this. I'm just really offering, because some people don't know or don't have resources or don't know who to trust with that. But if you need somebody to either help with a guide for yourself or them, or say someone is passing, like they haven't passed yet, and you just want somebody as a guide to help them to the other side, or to make sure that their soul is at peace or it's guided where it needs to go, I do have those services and I do that. So please hit me up if you need help with this. This type of stuff can already be a trying time. So I'm just letting you know that I'm a resource if you need it. But this process will make you stronger. It will teach you how to connect within yourself into a stronger foundation. Like, this lady is connected to a stronger foundation. Like, she's not even having to, like, you know, quiet this inner lion within her. She's just straight chilling. You know, they're both just doing it together. It's full of inner wisdom and inner peace and a knowing and a connectedness with herself and her guides and spirit and nature that is priceless. And it's just one of those things that sometimes people are lucky enough to grow up with that, grow up with an environment that teaches them that. Most people aren't these days. And it really takes the type of situation where something that you just thought was your security crumbles to get you to see that. And it can be scary. Sometimes it's more scary for some than others, but I know for me it was really scary. And I almost like you're losing touch with sanity too. Like, I didn't know what that point to grab onto, because I was never taught on how to anchor within myself in any way, shape, or form, or really even like spirit around me or my guide. So I'm just saying that in the likely future, I don't think it's just that you're going to need strength. I do think you'll need strength. It's kind of a given through this process. But I think it's that you're going to end up in a way where you're not going to, like, necessarily just need it. You're going to exude that energy. You're going to have a very strong, a very grounded, and a very, honestly, a crone-like energy. How you see yourself is the Ace of Wands reversed. So I just don't think you're having, like no energy, no inspiration, no passion, no creativity, no pizzazz. Like I said, I think you feel, like, cut off. I think you feel like a dark halo over. You're just not inspired. And that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying. In your environment, you have the Nine of Wands and you have the Star. So, I mean, this could be a person around you that's helping you heal. This could be somebody you're having to have like boundaries against. I don't really get that. I think whether it's a person helping you and being there for you, or this is just an energy around you that is teaching you knowledge, different ways of being and thinking, spiritual perseverance, connecting to yourself, working on all those things within you that you never connected to and worked within because you were connected to everything else around you, and just a level of healing. And I know it's almost like the Tower energies here, like it hasn't shown, but I think the Tower is 16. And so you have the star here, which would come after the Tower. So you do have the Tower energy. The Tower energy. I think it was I don't know, it was just a lot of action. It's going to be different for everybody, so I don't know if I could pinpoint that. How the environment views you is the Six of Pentacles. So I think they're viewing you as just let me clarify that. Like, I don't know if you're just going on and just giving or just doing the same old, same old. Cards fell. I hate when that happens. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles. Let me clarify this. I think they're just seeing you as being still like this kind, giving person that's just trying to stay, I don't know, optimistic, sweet, still loving and connecting, but sad. Tell me a little bit more about the Six of Pentacles. I mean, they definitely see you in your emotions. I think they see you as trying to make the best out of a situation, being optimistic or looking at the bright side. But really, you're kind of just lost in your emotions. You're in a lot of pain. And you're you really just, mind is somewhere else and you're having trouble digesting things. You're putting on a face, basically. I think you're having a hard time with whatever this was that changed or that you lost. whatever or whoever. And although you're just moving on and trudging on and trying to be and act as normal and work your way and do your stuff, you're just putting on a face like everything's fine and you're making the best of a situation, but you're not. You're actually having trouble sitting with it, working through it, and digesting it. Again, I say that lovingly and compassionately. That's kind of the vibe I was getting from the Six of Pentacles, but I had to kind of confirm it. In your hopes, you have the Five of Wands. So I don't think this is the normal, like, oh, you want competition and blah, blah, blah. Or, like, I don't think you want to keep feeling spiritually conflicting inside. Maybe you do. I'm going to clarify it to see, but I think it's mostly that there's a part of you that may want to find, like, other people to connect with or work with in a way that can understand this or can understand you, or that, like, you guys can just understand or work with each other or start to even learn new things. Like, these people are coming together and they're doing, it looks like some sort of like ritual or something. So I don't know if there's something you're wanting to do, like ritualistic, or if you're wanting to learn something together. Why does this come up? So, like, I don't know, the Devil came up, and then Owl, Harp, and Candle. So, I don't know if some of you are, like, say if someone has passed, I don't know if some of you are wanting to try to connect with this person or speak with this person, like, like, can you find other people to work with or do something? Like, I don't know, can you bring them to talk with them? Or, I mean, this might be very specific. Specific? Is that what I said? I think there's a level of communication here that you're wanting, maybe even because you think it will help you. Like, maybe you're feeling like in this kind of stuck, dark devil energy, and you're wanting to have some level of communication because you think it will either make you feel better and put you in a lighter energy, or you're hoping that, like, maybe that's why I said that earlier, like, you're hoping they didn't get stuck. Maybe the death was sudden if somebody did pass. I don't ever normally talk about this, so I don't know, but whatever this was, that this transition, maybe it was sudden or something, or just somebody was really resisting going or something like that, or you're just fearful and you're just like, I hope either I need some type of resolve on this to help me feel better. I just want to know if they're okay, or did they go where they needed to go. Like I said, I mean, you guys do whatever, make sure you protect yourself if you're doing it, be very careful, but if you need help with that, let me know. I am a resource for you. I was not anticipating that when that Five of Wands came up. But I don't know if you're trying to find other people that can either do this for you or help you do it. I thought it was just going to be like other like minds. And if it's not somebody who passed, then again, I think you're wanting to find like another social support system, however that looks. That can help you do some level of work or communication or learning that will take you from feeling like crap, basically, to feeling better. What type of work does this look like? Can I ask? What type of work? Some of you, it is going to be an actual like ritual or spiritual work, or wanting to like speak and communicate, or going to somebody who is like a psychopomp or something. Some of you, it might be through building something. Some of you, I'm just going to say this as a side note, I don't think this is most, but some of you might also be like so sad or so angry that, like, maybe some of you need to work on your money though, but some of you might be so mad or angry, like some of you might want to do something karma like. I hope, like, so hopefully some of you don't like hurt, like if there's another person involved here. Maybe some of you want to argue, or you want to have this arguing competitive energy because it's affecting you in a different way. Like, say someone might have passed and people are fighting over money, or maybe you're wanting to fight for your share of the money, or, you know, a relationship came apart or dissolved and you're wanting to fight for your part of the money because you have coin and storm that came up. You may be wanting to figure out a strategy or work with others or a team, whether ritual or just in the 3D, that is getting you your part. And money is coming up pretty strong. Like, it seems like there's some chaos energy around money, whether it be what you feel is right or what you're owed or your part or whatever. Maybe it's through like a divorce, maybe it's through a settlement, maybe it's through like an inheritance. Honestly, there could be a lot of options here. But I think some of you are wanting to compete and fight and learn new ways for like what's yours. I think this is going to be most people. I think there's going to be a small amount that someone might have passed and they're wanting to make sure the person's okay or communicate with them. What's in your fears is you have the 9 of Swords. I think you don't want to feel anxious. I think you don't want to feel like if you look, like she's in this like dark and bad outside the window. Like this is the energy I feel when I'm connecting to your guys' energy. So I think you want to like not feel this way anymore. So I don't know if some of you think like if you get your money up, you'll feel better, or at least if you fight for what's right and what's yours and the money, you'll feel better, or that's just making the situation the best you can. You know, like inheritance, you're gonna have to deal with it type thing. I think you just don't want to feel like that inside anymore and be anxious or be scared or be worried. Again, I'm sorry that it's this type of reading. Never really done a reading like this before. What's in your likely outcome? You have the 2 of Wands, which seems pretty upbeat. It seems pretty happy. Like she's feeling better. Seems like she's having nature, like these 2 frogs, go out and do a task for her. You do make a choice and a decision and move forward. Tell me about the 2 of Wands. What's up with this? Yeah, you have ribbon. Like things do start to look better and look up for you. I don't know if, like, you know, you do get that inheritance you want. I don't know if you do win the settlement. But you learn from it, you grow, right? Your perspective kind of gets healed, like you get through the healing, and you do come out on the other side. We'll pull some cards of advice for you just to see, like, what can help you do that. I think you'll kind of do it anyways. But maybe it can help you a little bit more, give you a hand on getting to feeling better soon and growing. But you have two pretty good cards. I mean, you have the Strength, the Crone, and she's looking pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, everything's kind of unlocked. She's feeling settled again. She's learned her lesson. She's integrated all this. She's earned her stripes. Like, she's going, and she now knows and has learned this lesson and has gone through this rite of passage, if you will. And your day will start to get brighter and sunnier again, and you get, like, more of what you want, and you'll move forward. Things will flow. Things will definitely start flowing for you more. Can you give me another, what's another clarifier on the Two of Wands? Yeah, the Hand came out again. So you're definitely going to have, like, you're going to have help in this. You're going to know, you're going to be knowing where to go. You're going to know the arrow. You're going to start to be able to see again. Your inner fire is going to come back. You will grow. You know, you'll grow and have the sun energy again. And then instead of this Ace of Wands being reversed, you'll be connected again. The money, you have antidote, the wheel will turn. And what you thought would, like, possibly never feel better will actually feel better. Let's see if we can get you a couple cards real quick. What do I want to use? I think I might just use the same deck. On what can help you. I want to use the same deck. So, what advice can you give for Virgo? And what can help them get through this? Definitely have an open mind during this process, and go into more of the energy of a child and a student. That will put you in more open, receptive, and open receiving of different perspectives and healing and learning. It'll definitely help you move through it faster and be less rigid and stagnant. Okay. What advice can you give? Swords. What advice can you give for Virgo? I think he's really going to say a lot of the stuff I already just said. Advice you have we can give Virgo to move through this. Yeah. So you have King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, the High Priestess, Eight of Cups, the World again, and the Ace of Cups. And then you have the Witch, the Magician on the bottom. Really just learn, like, communicate if you need to. You know, talk to other people and communicate if you need to. But be a student and look into learning and communicating and working with others. Do still take action, continue your routines, but not in a way where you're just going, like, full force in your thing and you're not open to shifting or learning or changing your routine in any way. You want to keep your routine enough because it grounds you. and it helps with worrying and stuff. But you want to also leave availability in your routine enough to learn and try new things and have that energy of a student at the same time. So have a routine, but add into it kind of like learning and student-like energy. Look at what's going on within you and what you're building and reassess what's working, what's not. What do you want to keep? What do you want to let go of? What do you want to build more of? What do you want to shift? Go within yourself and use your higher knowing. You're kind of already there in that darkness anyways, like in this high priestess energy. But utilize it as a strength of yours and not as a weakness right now. And just go within and listen to what that inner part of you says. And do that work while you're in there. Again, like I said, don't view it as a weakness or a downfall. View it as a growth opportunity or a strength. Because like the strength card in the crone, it is going to make you stronger and it's going to benefit you. And it will show you emotionally what to let go of and what's no longer working for you anymore. And it will bring you to the World card with the Ace of Cups. So you'll know what no longer works. You'll know what cycle to end. And you'll know, to take care of yourself and what really to ground to, but now you'll know where to invest your emotions and, your time and your energy and everything. So really, to sum it up, it's like just keep your routine to help you with worrying, but just please go into the state of a student or of learning so that you could be open to gaining a higher perspective and a healed perspective so that you're not so rigid and you can actually move with this energy. And then just look at and reevaluate your life, go within yourself, sit with the uncomfortability even, so you know what to leave, what to take on. Because too, you have new energies coming in and new information coming in. So you're also going to want to let some stuff go to make room for things coming in that are going to better serve you, including energy, including knowledge. Like sometimes certain levels of knowledge don't fit at the same time. Like you have to let go of one belief to bring in another belief, or one way of thinking to bring in another way of thinking. That's why right now it would be really good to carry on the routine so that it helps you with like worrying and staying grounded, but at the same time doing it in a very student-like or learning way, to where you're keeping the routine going, but you're definitely like receiving and being willing to be like a student of life, or a student of your guides, or a student of your higher self, however you want to put that, of God. It really helps you though in saying like, I'm grounded, I'm here, I'm showing up, but I'm willing to learn. Because, in the foundation of your reading, you have the Three of Pentacles. Like he's learning from somebody. He's learning from, I don't know if it's like your guide, your higher self or whatever, but he's learning. And it's a different way, in a way that's going to bring you calmness and peace and serenity and strength. Elder wisdom, basically. And if you stay rigid and like it all and you suppress it all down, you're not going to gain that, and you're going to get stuck. Also, a song you may want to listen to that may help you out with this during this time, I find is really helpful for these energies and embracing them and finding the mystical and magical soul-searching side and giving you purpose during this. If you look up Long Way Home by Nessie Gomes. I don't know if it's Gomez or Gomes. So it's Long Way Home by Nessie, Nessi. And then last name is Gomes. Long Way Home. Look that up. That might help you, and you might find that it really resonates with your soul. But I'm going to leave it here because I feel like I'll start rounding at this point. But I love you guys. I hope this helps. Again, donation information is in the description box below. Service information is in the description box below, except for the shamanic services, the private light language, and the crystalline consciousness technique, CCT, those email me about, and the explanation of that is in the beginning of the video. But please like, share, and comment on this video. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps to give back and help grow the channel. Also, again, if you're needing services for if somebody, you know, is in a way of being diagnosed or passing, or like you need a guide during this time, whether it's to guide because something's happened to someone else, or they need a guide during this time, or somebody has kind of passed and you just want to either maybe even communicate with them or just make sure that they're okay, you know, their soul's at peace and it's where it needed to go, hit me up and let me know. I don't have that in this description box yet either, but email me about that, okay? I love you guys. Good luck. If you need anything, let me know. If you even need help with perspective or whatever, always get help and gain help through me or anyone else, or therapy, or whatever you need. You know what I mean? Just don't try to go it alone if you don't have to, but my wishes and love go out to you, and I'll be seeing and talking to you soon. Bye.